For years I suffered because whenever I get tired, I get bronchitis. It's just, for years I suffered from this. And I would have sometimes a cough that lasted 3 months. And I had an internist who told me, you have to do something, you're going to damage your lungs, I want to put you on steroids, because nothing was working. And somebody gave me a remedy that she got out of الطب النبوي. Very simple. It was honey and turmeric and cinnamon. I now travel with it. And I have not had a cough since I started using that, really. And I wanted to actually bottle it and sell it, because there are no good cough medicines on the market. I don't care what you say, they don't work. But this thing is amazing. It's two tablespoons of honey. Get good honey, local preferably. 1 teaspoon of turmeric and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's amazing. That came out of one of these books. The ancient people knew. I'll give you another example. There's something in Saudi Arabia, like I discovered this, they call it the ilq. It's like it's a gum that they chew. And I have a friend, he's a MD from Harvard, the best in the West. No offense to any of your medical schools, but it's probably Johns Hopkins, but Harvard is up there. Graduate of Harvard in cardiology. And I discovered this thing they sell, because I went to this shop of herbs in Medina, and he was explaining all the medicinal properties. I said, what's that one good for? He said, that's good for acid. Like if you have acid, you just chew that and it'll go away. And so I bought some. It was amazing. And so I asked my friend, Dr. Mehdi, do you know about that? He said, about what? The ilk? He said, everybody uses that. I said, for what? Is it antacid? I said, that's one of the billion-dollar industry in the West. Why don't you package this? It's just such a simple thing. You chew this thing and swallow the juice, and it alkalizes the stomach, and people feel better. So there are many things in our tradition. We had a great tradition of medicine. And obviously, there's a lot of the past that was the limitations of their time and place. But there are many, many things that are based on wisdom and intelligence. Your grandmothers had cures and remedies for things that really do work, or they wouldn't have lasted for centuries. But we should always be open to these things. But allopathy is a great gift. Antibiotics is one of the greatest gifts that's ever been given to civilization. It's saved so many people, and yet it's so grossly abused. It's given for ear infections that are viral. It's just so grossly abused. And now we're getting all of these horrible drugs. I wrote a paper 25 years ago called When Antibiotics Fail, because I'd read a book by a researcher from Mark Lappé. He's a biologist from Berkeley, and he wrote a book in the 1970s called When Antibiotics Fail, warning about the overuse of antibiotics and the great crises it would eventually cause. So we have these people that know these things, and yet we ignore these things, and this is the stupidity of our race, because we're so driven, our species, because we're so driven by greed. And our religion is a religion that recognizes greed as a disease of the heart. That's what it is. Greed is a sickness in the heart.